complex. Where were we? We just got back from the world line where Susuha was like totally depressed because she time traveled back in time and forgot why she went back in time. So we will now save the world from the further divergent world lines. All right. The world shatters into geometric shapes that expand and contract like rubber toys. Light gathers between my eyes. Stars explode behind my eyelids. Gradually, color returns to the world. I wait for the vertigo to pass. Cold sweat oozes from my temples. Pressing my fists against them, I slowly force the air out of my lungs. As the world line changed, I head to the lounge in order to check the divergence meter. It's gone. I checked the meter a few minutes ago, just before the world line change. Now it's nowhere to be found. I quickly realize what has happened. Suzuha gave me the meter after we stopped her from leaving. My D-mail undid those events. Of course the meter isn't here. A surge of regret seizes my heart. I clench my teeth and endure it as best I can. If nobody else remembers, then I alone will keep these memories of Suzuha alive. I look around the room. Mayuri and Kurisu are on the sofa, dozing on each other's shoulders. Daru, oblivious to the vulnerable high school girls behind him, is playing an Eroge on his computer. I take a deep breath and turn on the TV. I flip to a news channel. The world line should have changed. I erase the time we spent with Susa. That should have allowed her to leap to 1975 without losing her memories, and the IBM 5100 should be in our hands now. We can use it to hack into CERN and erase the data they intercepted from us. Without that information, Moeka's men won't attack the lab. Mary won't have to die. That's how it should be. That's how it has to be. Otherwise, why did I sacrifice Suzuha's dream? The quickest way to confirm the change would be to check for any delays at Akihabara Station. Daru, is the Yamanote line stopped? Huh? I don't think so. Check online. Wait. I'm at the best part. Please. Daru sighs and calls up train information. Doesn't look stopped. Thanks. The world line has changed, which means that our IBN 5100 should be in the development room. Alright, so I watched a video on this, and the guy was pronouncing it 5100, and in my brain, I just hear 50 times 100, which is just 5,000. So I'm going to continue saying 5,100, because that's the comma in there. Okay. I head back there to search for it. But contrary to my expectations, I can't find it anywhere. What's going on? I look at my watch. It's 7:43 p.m. Moeka's men attack at... what time again? My heart is pounding like a drum. That D-mail was supposed to fix everything. The trains are moving as scheduled, which means that Moeka's men aren't about to attack. So why does it feel like nothing's fixed at all? The IBN 5100's absence is extremely disturbing. I want to sit down and think about where it could have gone, but a voice in my head is screaming that there's no time. I need to calm down. It's hard to think straight after everything that's happened. I check my watch again. 7:46 p.m. Images from the assault flash through my mind. Mayuri bleeding to death on the floor, the smell of gunpowder in the air. I frantically shake the visions out of my head. I look towards the lab entrance. The door has yet to be kicked in by a team of hitmen. I swallow hard, petrified with terror. Please, don't let anything happen. It's past 9. I peek at the street through the window. Nobody's there. Are you waiting for someone? You keep looking out the window. Daru's right. I've probably looked out the window 20 times in the past hour. I'm not a suspicious figure in sight. Moeka's men still haven't appeared. The raid was before 8, if I remember correctly. I think it's safe to say that my changes to the past have prevented it from occurring. Suzu's sacrifice was not in vain. I let out a deep breath. I'm sweaty and disgusting. It's like my anxiety has pushed all the sweat out of my body. Mayuri? Kurisu? The two girls woke up from their nap about half an hour ago. Now they're eating cup noodles. Wait, did you just say my name correctly? Kurisu looks at me in astonishment, like she can't believe her ears. When you're done eating, go home. It's late, so I'll go with you. Okie dokie. I don't need an escort from you. I can get back by myself. Just listen. Daru, you too. Oh? Me too. The train lines run through Akihabara are operating normally. There's no bomb scare and no sign of Moeka and her men. Kurisu's taking the Sobu line to the next station, Ochinomizu, while Daru's going the opposite way to Shinkoiwa. Mayuri and I are taking the Yamanote line to Ikebukuro, so we part at the station's ticket gate. There are surprisingly few passengers on the train. I guess most of the salarymen are off for the Obon holiday. Mayuri is playing a handheld game, the Rainet Kakuru action RPG. On the screen, her character is battling a gigantic Koopa. I stand beside her and gaze at her profile, lost in thought. It's the night of the 13th, and Mayuri is still alive. How many times have I watched her die? How many times have I tasted that despair? No matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't save this ditzy childhood friend of mine from death. She died again and again, right before my eyes. But now, she's alive, standing beside me, playing a game. This is why I sacrificed our memories with Suzuha. It was the only way. I'm sorry, Suzuha, and thank you. Suzuha no longer exists in this time, but I hope my feelings will reach her all the same. Actually, come to think of it, why can't I tell her in person? Where in Akiba could the 54-year-old Suzuha be? I'll try asking Tanoichi tomorrow. He probably knows Suzuha on this world line too. I wonder if Suzuha remembers me. Hey, Okarin? Mary suddenly lifts her head. She looks at me hesitantly. Her cheeks are slightly pink. What? Come on, Okarin. Mayushi gets nervous when you stare at her like that. Did that make you get a game over? Yeah. Sorry about that. I apologize, but keep looking at her. Instead of starting a new game, Mayuri looks at me with concern. There's something different about you today, Okarin. Really? Yeah. What's wrong? I remind myself that Mayuri is more perceptive than she seems. She proved that when she figured out that Daru was Suzuha's father. I don't want to worry her too much. I want Mayuri to smile her usual ditzy smile without a care in the world. After all, it's over now. She's safe. Nothing's wrong, and I wasn't looking at you just now. I was devising new ways to bring chaos to the world. Really? You seem kind of tired. A mad scientist is never tired. The mighty gray cells of my 170 IQ brain are always performing calculations, day and night. Oh, but you should still take a break every now and then. Please, Okarin? For me? Having said that, Mayuri returns to her game. I feel cold stares all around me. But I don't care at all. Mayuri is here with me, doing everyday Mayuri things, ordinary things. Everything is going back to normal. Yesterday was my first time home in a while, so I slept like a log in my comfortable bed. It could be because of my mental exhaustion, but that was the best night's sleep in a while. Before heading up to the lab, I stopped and stared at the Braun Tube workshop. The familiar mountain bike is gone. Suzuha liked it so much, she insisted on bringing it with her to 1975. The workshop door opens, and out comes Mr. Braun, rubbing his eyes sleepily. Okabe, you've got free time. How about a job? As a special offer, I'll hire you for 1 CRT a month. 1 CRT a month? So for 1 month's work, I get an old television? Hell no. When did Suzuha quit again? Suzuha? Who the hell's that? What? Was her existence erased completely? But that's impossible. I ain't got time to remember the name of some lazy part-timer who quit after just 10 days. Damn you and your misleading words. So Suzuha did work here. That fact, the evidence of Suzuha's sojourn in 2010, still remains on this world line. And I thought I finally had some help for a change. That's what I hate about you damn kids. No dedication. I bet she lied about liking CRTs too. Got me good. Tenoji shrugs his shoulders, annoyed. Naturally, he doesn't know about Suzuha's true identity. Does the name Hashida Suzu ring a bell? At this, Tenoji's eyes go wide. Haven't heard that name in a long time. You knew her? Huh? Knew her? So now she's... It's been 10 years already, huh? 10 years? 10 years since what? No. I don't want to know the answer. Tenoji has a faraway look in his eyes as if he's gazing into the past. She really helped me out. Why are you talking about her in the past tense? She didn't have any relatives, not that I knew of. I wish I could have been with her at the end. At the end. There's only one thing that can mean. Even though the world line changed, Suzuha didn't survive to the year 2010. To tell you the truth, though, she looked peaceful when I found her. Peaceful? She didn't commit suicide? Suicide? Who the hell told you that? Suzu-san was sick. Don't believe any old thing you hear. She was sick. Sickness killed her? I shouldn't feel good about that, but I guess you could say it's better than what's happened before the world line changed. That's what I tell myself anyway. So how did you know Suzu-san? She helped me out too, a long time ago. I was hoping to see her again. Yeah? I'm living in her old house now. Want to come pay your respects at the altar? I nod without a moment's hesitation. Tenoji closes up shop and we head off towards his house. From Chuodori, we head towards the station. I scan the Akaba scenery as we walk. My stories are still nowhere to be found in this world line. After a little hesitation, I look up at Radikan. It's gone. The satellite has vanished. All that's left in the hole it made when it arrived in this time. When did the satellite disappear? About 5 days ago? You never know what's gonna happen, huh? Which means Suzuha left before it rained. Like Tenoji said, his house is closer than expected. We take the train to the next station. Okachimachi, and then walk for about 5 minutes to a quiet residential area. This old one-story house is where Suzuha once lived. I walk up to the front of the house, and there I see a familiar sight. Suzuha's bicycle. For a moment, I can see her there, squatting beside the bicycle. But the mountain bike Suzuha rode to the Brontu workshop was shiny and new. Now it's old and covered in rust. Suzu-san loved that old thing. Even when she couldn't ride it anymore, she'd still polish it every week. It's been sitting there for 10 years. Couldn't throw it away. I've maintained it the best I could, but I guess nothing lasts forever. I gently put my hand on the seat. It's warm from sitting out in the sun. I suppose that for the few days Suzuha was in Akaba, this bicycle existed in 2 places at the same time. house isn't as messy inside as I expected, considering the state of the broad tube workshop. I guess that chipmunk keeps the place clean. A wave of nausea hits me as I recall what Nay did at Ochanomizu Station. But I tell myself that was just an accident. Besides, that incident has already been undone. Tenoji Nei has done nothing wrong. Next to the living room is a child's room. There's a child's study desk and a red backpack on the floor. Nea isn't here, which reminds me, Tenoji's daughter visits the workshop often, but not once have I seen his wife. He couldn't have married Suzuha, could he? I mean, she should have been a lot older than him when they met. But, as they say, love knows no bounds. I wonder what really happened. I don't know how I'd feel if those two were married. That would make Daru Tenoji's father-in-law. Actually, that'd be kind of interesting. I turned to the Buddhist altar to pay my respects to Suzuha. There's no picture of her, so there's no way to know what Hashina Suzu looked like at the age of 44. I make an offering of incense to her and look around the house again. This is the house Suzuha lived in after leaping to 1975. When Suzu-san and I first met, we were neighbors. For some reason, Tenoji offers me a beer. When I decline, he shakes his head and starts drinking it himself. I was born and raised in Europe, you know. Huh? Is that a joke? Got a problem? All of you know my English and French are perfect. He really doesn't look like someone who lived abroad. I guess you can't judge a book by its cover. My parents died about 15 years ago. That's when I came back to Japan. Or I guess I should say I came to Japan for the first time. Suzu-san was living alone next door. She looked after me when I had nowhere else to turn. Alright, now's my chance. If I'm gonna ask, it's now or never. And you got married? Huh? Married? To Suzu-san? You high? Phew. I knew she'd never marry a guy like him. She was a pretty stoic lady. Didn't have much of a social life. But she treated me well. My house burned down about 1 year after I moved here. It was my smoking that caused the fire, so I deserved it. But still, after I had lost everything, she let me come live here with her. That's not all. The Ohayana's building where the workshop's at, that was originally Suzu-san's property. Eh? She sold it to me for cheap. It's thanks to her that the Braun Tube workshop exists. You could say she saved my life. Once I asked her why she treated me so well. It wasn't like we were related or anything. But she just smiled and said, "We all depend on someone's kindness at some point in our lives. When the time comes, you pass the gift along." She is kind of mysterious. She seemed to know exactly how things were going to happen. Like a prophet. Suzuha. That was probably her way of repaying Tenoji for looking after her, even if it was just for 10 days. And so, it came full circle. It's a small world, huh? Never thought I'd meet someone else who knew her. Oh, right. Wait here a sec. Tenoji goes into the child's room next door, then returns and places an object on the table. Huh? It's Suzuha's divergence meter. Before the world line changed, it was in the lab. But on this world line, Suzuha brought the meter with her to 1975. It's been in this house for 35 years. The tube reads 0.409431%. Divergence has changed, just like Suzuha said. This proves that my magic eye, reading Steiner, does indeed allow me to perceive changes to the world line. But what does 0.409431% mean? I recall what Suzuha said. When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. Does that mean I'm still on the alpha world line? Do you know what that number means? Because I sure don't. All I know is it hasn't changed a bit these 10 years. But you know, when Suzu-san was on her deathbed, she used to stare at that meter for hours. Eh? She used to stare at that meter, talking to herself. Is this the old number? The new number? Did it work? Did it change? Stuff like that, day in and day out. It hurt to watch. I touched the device. Suzura, in my heart, I reach out to the girl who died 10 years ago, to the girl who will be born 7 years from now, to the girl who crossed time to save the future. Suzura, thanks to you, Mayuri is safe. Divergence has changed. But we haven't yet reached your ultimate goal, 1% divergence. Once that is achieved, the future you dreamed of will become a reality. I will carry on your fight, Suzura. I promise. I realize that I am crying. Tennoji stares at me for a moment, then puts his giant hand on my shoulder. Okarin! Mayuri comes out of the ticket gate and walks up to me with a unhurried stride. I didn't think you'd come all the way to the station to pick me up. Mayoshi's surprised. I wouldn't want my hostage to get away. Yeah, me neither. So Mayoshi's really happy. I don't quite understand, but whatever. Mayuri flashes a carefree smile, and then walks ahead of me, almost skipping. So, what's in the bag? Mr. Braun gave it to me. It's a device that can measure the divergence of world lines. Wow, that sounds amazing. What's a world line? I smile wryly. Mayuri, you really are a dummy. What am I doing? After I left Tennoji's house, I called Mayuri to ask when she would arrive in Akiba. Then I went to the station to pick her up. Anxiety still smolders in my heart. We managed to survive yesterday, but that doesn't guarantee our safety forever. It's entirely possible for Moeka to attack now, on the afternoon of the 14th. Maybe I'm being overprotective, but I still can't shake the image of Mayuri's death from my mind. I don't ever want to have to go through that again. Just a thought, Mayuri, but don't you think maybe you should stop coming to Akiba for a while, at least until Kamema ends? No response. I look to the side. Mayuri? Panicked, I scan the area and catch sight of her wandering toward a newly opened shaved ice stand. That ditz. Can't she tell how worried I am? So, you're the devoted type, huh? Chris was glaring at me with an iced coffee in her hand. We're in the lab, which appears to have become her second home. What's that supposed to mean? I'm sitting at the computer, searching for intel on the IBM 5100. I still don't know where it is. I went to Yanabayashi's shrine this morning, but alas, it wasn't there. Suzuha promised to get one to us somehow. Her gift to us from 1975. Without it, we can't hack into CERN's database, meaning we can't achieve divergence over 1%. All of a sudden, you're treating Mayuri like a princess. Today you went to the station to meet her, you tasted her lunch, and then you held her hand all the way back to the lab. Akarin really loves Mayushi. Did she have to tell Kurisu, of all people? Mayuri looks so carefree as she stuffs her cheeks with takoyaki. I'm pretty sure she's smiling, not because of my love, but because of the takoyaki's deliciousness. Typical Mayuri. But seriously, did you have to tell Kurisu? So what's the deal? I don't follow. Are you a couple or what? I've been meaning to ask. Do we look like a couple? Huh? Well, just what sort of delusions does this girl have? You know, Okarin and Mayushi have been friends since they were little. She's really how now. Don't talk with your mouth full. So, you're not a couple. Oh, well, of course. No one would willingly date Okabe, after all. You disappoint me, Christina. Huh? What are you talking about? You have finally revealed your true nature. I saw how your eyes lit up at the first hint of romance. You're nothing but a filthy mainstream girl. I bet you like to eat chocolate with your girlfriends and giggle about the latest celebrity love affair. Absurd. This lab has no need for the puppies and flowers in your head. It feels strange to be spewing this chunibiu nonsense again after what I've been through. Is my innocence lost forever? What the hell are you on about, you self-proclaimed mad scientist, Chunibiu nutcase? It's been a long time since I argued with Kurisu like this too. The thought brings a sudden pang of loneliness. After failing to save Mayuri, I sought help from this ingenious girl. Even though her words were at times harsh, she supported and encouraged me to the end. But now, all of that has vanished along with the time we spent with Susa. Thank you for your help, Kurisu. I silently give her my sincere gratitude. I finished typing on the X68000's keyboard and sigh, then turned to the divergence meter sitting on the shelf. The display reads 0.409431%. What does that mean? The universe is like this piece of yarn. Countless possible world lines exist side by side, branching out to infinity. When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. If you escape the alpha attractor field and reach the beta world line, then the result will change. Reach 1% divergence, and you'll save Shina Mayuri. Then, does that mean I haven't saved her? Divergence is still less than 1%. Is the world still converging on Mayuri's death? It can't be. It can't be. I mean, nothing happened yesterday. Mayuri's here, safe and sound. So, nothing will happen to her. It won't. I want to believe that, but the doubt within my heart is growing thick and black. I can hardly think about anything else now. No matter how hard I stare at it, the number on the meter doesn't change a digit. So far, reading Steiner has only activated after we sent past changing D-mails. What about when I time leap? The vertigo I feel when I time leap might be caused by reading Steiner, or maybe it's just a side effect of the memory transfer. It's impossible to know. In any case, I've prepared for the worst. I've already set the time leap machine's timer to send my memories 3 hours into the past. And with Daru's help, I found a remote for the 42-inch CRT downstairs. Our previous phone wave, named Subject to Change experiments, made a hole in the floor. Instead of fixing the hole, I made it bigger. The 42-inch CRT is right under the hole, so if I point the remote at the hole and press the power button, the TV turns on. Now, should things go wrong, I can time leap at a moment's notice. And I also have future gadget number 4, Moed Snake, on hand in case of emergency. Okabe. Kurisu enters the development room. Didn't you say we weren't going to experiment with the time leap machine? This is just in case. In case what? I don't want to answer that. I keep praying that my fears will not be realized. It's okay. Everything will be okay. They didn't attack yesterday, so they won't attack today. At the very least, we've changed Mayuri's fate. But still, I can't help but pray. Please let Mayuri be safe. Please don't let anything happen. My prayers go unanswered. The door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. I recognize them. The Rounders. They aim their guns at us. I freeze. Despair seizes my heart. My worst fears have come true. It's happening exactly the same as before. Only this time Susua isn't here to save us. Hands in the air. Nobody move. Even the dark-skinned man's words are the same. Eventually, the unpleasant clack of heels echoes down the hallway. Moeka-san. We're taking the time machine. I suppress my terror and grab Mayuri's arm. Don't move. The crew cut man says something he hasn't before. Makise Kurisu, Okabe Renturo, Hashida Itaru, the three of you will come with us. You cannot resist. Come with us. You have nowhere to run. We have men stationed throughout Akihabara. What do I do? Should I use my concealed mod snake right now? Use it and then time leap? But Mayuri hasn't been killed yet. There's a chance she might not be killed on this world line. Hey, you! The crew cut man points his gun at me. My heartbeat jumps up. Cold sweat breaks out all over my body. I set hands in the air. I've only raised my left. What are you hiding? I have to use it. I swallow my fear and activate Mod Snake. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. The rounders won't be able to aim through this. I have to time leap while it lasts. I grab Mayuri's hand and fumble through the smoke towards the development room. Shoot them! I hear the sound of guns firing wildly behind me. Suddenly, Mayuri's arm gets heavy. I trip forward and land on my face. Our hands were separated in the fall. I grope around and soon find her slender hand. Oh, Karen. Mayuri's feeble whisper reaches my ears. Was she hit? The rounder's blind shot hit Mayuri. It hurts. Mayuri's voice quickly fades away. Strength drains from her fingers. Mayuri, come on. Get up. But Mayuri doesn't answer. I'm sorry, Mayuri. Once again, I failed to save you. I thought I'd succeed, but I was wrong. I hear my teeth grinding in my head. Stop! Stop! Don't shoot me! I hear Kurisu and Daru screaming as the gunfire continues. Gah! A sharp pain flares at the top of my head. I press down with my hand. It comes away soaked with blood. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. It feels like someone took a saw to my skull. My ears are ringing. I stumble. I can't stand up straight. I need to get to the time leap machine. I squeeze Mayuri's limp hand one last time, then crawl to the development room, fumble for the headgear, and put it on. I point the remote at the hole and press the power button. The TV turns on downstairs. I can hear people laughing on the screen. Target A. Target C secured. Run, Okabe! Run! Shit! I clench my fists in frustration. The time leap machine is already activated. The discharge phenomenon is starting. The floor begins to shake. Once again, I leap to the past. The world line collapses, then reforms. Once again, I feel that odd numbness behind my eyes. The pain at the top of my head is gone. I wipe the sweat off my brow and look around. I can't see Mod Snake vapor anymore. The air is clear. Kurisu is reading a Western book like usual. Mayuri is playing a handheld game while eating a banana. Daru isn't here. I recall he's said he was going out somewhere. I quickly swallow my words. Karen, you want a banana too? When I wave my hand no, Mayuri tilts her head quizzically, then goes back to her game. I sink into the sofa and close my eyes. Somehow, I resist the urge to scream in frustration. I have to think. I erased our memories with Suzuha. I changed the world line, but it wasn't enough. The divergence meter still reads 0.4%. How do I get that above 1%? Wait. If I try to solve the problem alone, it'll just end the same way. I need to consult Kurisu. Kurisu, come with me a second. I lead her out of the lab. We sit on the bench in front of the building. Suzuha's bicycle is still absent. What is it? You don't normally say my name normally. Kurisu frowns at her own words. That came out weird. Please, help me. No, this is a shock. I never thought I'd hear those words from you. Do you have a fever? No jokes. I seriously need your help. You time leaped, didn't you? I nod. How much do you know? How much do I know about what? How about Suzuha being John Tider? Huh? Kurisu gave me a blank stare. It never even occurred to me. Not the time for mail. When we prevented Suzuha from leaving on August 9th, we ended up staying until August 13th. But that outcome was changed by my last email. What happened during those 4 days on this world line? Have you finished the time leap machine? What are you talking about? I finished it yesterday after an all-nighter, remember? When did you leave from? 8 p.m. tonight. Looks like I'll have to explain everything all over again. I told her about Mayuri's many deaths and about what happened with Suzuha and Moeka. I also gave a summary of what Suzuha told me about the structure of the universe. Kurisu does not appear to doubt my story. So basically, you win if you get the IBN 5100 back. Kurisu sums up what I told her. This is just a guess, but maybe you should look at what Amane-san said from the opposite angle. I think the critical change takes place when you get the IBN 5100 and erase the data in CERN's database. That instant is most likely when you'll achieve divergence over 1%. The problem is where the IBM 5100 is now. You've already found it once, that is, if your memories are real. If you can get back to the world line where you first obtained it, then isn't it bound to return to you? I see. You're right. The IBM 5100 was at the lab, and then it suddenly disappeared. You threw a fit about that earlier. I remember thinking, oh god, Okabe's finally lost his ability to distinguish fantasy from reality. You're such a wannabe American. What do you mean, oh god? Oh, I get it. Christian is a Christian. Kurisu looks at me in disdain as soon as those words leave my lips. That's terrible. I regret it too. Seems like an appropriate time to check my mail. It's from Mary. Where are you going? Oh. This is no time for puns. So, Christina, let me see if I understand what you're saying. The changes we made to the world line, namely, all of the D-mails we've sent, must be reversed. That will return us to the world line where I found the IBN 5100 at the Yanabayashi Shrine. From what I've experienced so far, I'm confident that the IBN 5100's disappearance from the lab wasn't due to theft. After all, I was sleeping at the lab, and whenever I wasn't around, another lab member was. The lab was occupied every hour of the day. It would have been impossible for someone to steal that heavy computer without anyone noticing. It makes more sense to assume that a D-mail caused us to diverge from the world line where I found the IBN 5100 at the Yanabayashi Shrine. It's still a hypothesis. I only came to that conclusion based on your explanation. If you're mistaking your facts, deceiving me, or shooting off delusions, then this hypothesis will fail. This assistant of mine has no confidence in me at all. You can't just blindly follow this hypothesis either. You may have a safety net, but if you get careless and leave yourself without a way out, then you'll never get another chance to save Mayuri. I know that. I'd ask for Suzu's opinion too, if she were here, but on this world line she traveled to 1975 on the night of August 9th. There's no way I can speak to her now. Why did the IBN 5100 disappear? Which of the D-mails caused it to disappear? Figure that out, and you're well on your way to finding the solution. What I don't understand is how we delayed the timing of Mayuri's death exactly 24 hours. True. That is interesting. Maybe it's related to the change in divergence. It could be the butterfly effect. If that's the case, any trivial change could produce a significantly deviant result. Anyway, it's important to act with discretion. Don't do anything careless. Your death, Okabe, is the worst thing that could possibly happen. You're probably the only person who can remember previous world lines. If you die, then consider Mayuri dead for good. Don't die. Okay? You're not worried about me, are you? What? What? Don't be ridiculous. Why should I care? I'm not worried about you, okay? Don't get the wrong idea. I just don't want to lose a valuable test subject. That's all. Yeah. That brain of yours has accumulated memories spanning world lines and time leaps. It's a precious sample that can rewrite the history of neuroscience. I want to map your brain and find out just what's going on in there. In other words, your time leaping helps me too. After all, the time leap machine is the fruit of my research, so to speak, and I... Calm down. Kersey turns away with a sour expression. This assistant of mine can be difficult sometimes. Anyway, I consider her hypothesis. In order to return to the world line where I found the IBM 5100 at the Yanobayashi Shrine, we need to cancel all the D-mails we sent so far. The theory is sound, and I've got nothing else to do. I've got nothing else to go on, rather. I check the clock. It's 6:42 p.m. Only 1 hour until Moeka's raid. I decide to time leap once more, to the afternoon of the 13th, just before the time leap machine is completed. Christina, I'm going to give this plan of yours a shot. Great. I take Kirsu's hand and grasp it firmly. You've been a great help. Sorry for the trouble. Don't apologize, dummy. It's confusing. And besides, I don't even remember helping you before. How are you going to take responsibility for this? Why is she getting mad at me? I just don't understand her. I wish I could remember too. Then I'd always have something to rub your nose in. You really have an awful personality. You're the one to talk. With that, I leaped 28 hours into the past. Time leap complete. I'm standing in the lab as usual. My brain feels like it's been pinched. I endure the pain as I check my watch. It's 1:47 p.m. Curtis is almost done with the time leap machine, and Mayuri is almost done with Lukako's costume. They should both be done in about 10 minutes. I leave the lab and sit on the bench in front of the Braun Tube workshop. Let's go over the plan. Cancel all the D-mails that have changed the past so far. Of course, that includes D-mails sent by people other than me. Specifically, I'm only concerned with the D-mails that triggered reading Steiner. We sent several of them as experiments. For example, Operation Erd, Stage 2, the Lotto 6 experiment, involved one such D-mail. But the real problem is what other people sent. Mayuri and Kurisu haven't sent any D-mails. Daru sent his past self a strategy to win the Ferris Cup, but reading Steiner didn't activate, so divergence must not have changed. That leaves 3 D-mails to deal with. Those sent by Moeka, Lukako, and Ferris. The most problematic is the one Ferris sent, which is also the most recent. I have no idea what it said, so I don't know how to cancel it. Ferris's D-mail caused a dramatic change to Akiba. All of the most stores disappeared. That's my only hint. I'm the only one who remembers how things were before the change, so I won't get an answer from Ferris, even if I ask her directly. But still, I have to at least try. I should get in touch with her. First, let's try contacting her by phone or mail. And it appears I still have 0 concurrent viewers. So, I don't know if it'll change if I skip this phone trigger. It's calling her the only option. Meeting face to face would be best, but May Queen doesn't exist on this world line, meaning I'd have to go to that high-class apartment complex. Is it a good idea to just go without texting or calling? Pretty sure calling is the way to go. I may as well just go and do it then, huh? Or texting her. Ah. It's okay. It's urgent. Contact me. There's no time. I give it to her straight. Shoots the mail. I send it. Afterwards, I sit and stare at the screen, waiting. I've already tried sending 3 mails and calling 4 or 5 times, but 30 minutes pass without a single response. Unable to hide my frustration, I storm off towards Ferris's apartment. I arrive at the tall apartment building soaked in sweat. I've been running an awful lot lately. It's made me realize how out of shape I am. I wish I worked out more. This complex has an automatic lock, so I have to call up from the lobby intercom. I enter the number for Ferris's apartment, and a man's calm voice soon replies. May I ask who's calling? Judging by the voice, it is not Ferris's dad, but her butler. My name's Okabe. I'd like to speak with Ruma-san. I regret to inform you that the young mistress is currently out. Then where is she now? I'm afraid I cannot answer that. You may be someone with whom she does not wish to interact. I've been here before, remember? Of course, sir. However, I still cannot disclose the location of the young mistress. Please contact her directly. He's obviously trying to end the conversation, so I panic to get the last word in. But please, wait. I've been trying to get in touch with Ferris, but she's not returning my calls or emails. Then please try again some other time. Gah. Frustrated by this new turn of events, my anger threatens to boil over. Damn inflexible geezer. I leave the lobby. May Queen Yan Yan does not exist on this world line. Ferris isn't responding to my calls or emails either. Where could she be? Underneath the incandescent heat of the sun, I suddenly get an idea. Daru, if anyone knows where Ferris is, it'd be that stalker of hers. Yeah? Okarin? It's awfully noisy on the other end of the phone, but I don't care about that. Daru, do you happen to know where Ferris is right now? Ferris-dan? I need to talk to her right now. Right now? That's not gonna happen. Just tell me where she is. You keep tabs on her all the time, don't you? I know where she is, sure. Where? Where is she? In the UPX assembly hall. UPX. I look up. I'm standing right in front of UPX. Why at the assembly hall? Today's the finals of the Rhinet ABGC. Rhinet ABGC? Short for Rhinet Access Battlers Grand Championship, duh. It's finals, man. Ferris is participating. Ferris Tan was the winner of this year's Winter GC Grand Championship. So, she's the defending champion. Just so you know. She's in the finals? I'm here too, spectating. The match has already started, man. So that's why. I'm heading there now. What floor? Do you have a ticket? No, but I'll manage. I don't know, man. Security's pretty tight. Someone posted threats on that channel. Pretty sure you're not getting in. Then you come out. I'm in front of UPX. Can you lend me your ticket? No way. It'll end at 4. So can't you just wait until then? Huh? Hey, Daru. Gah. That inflexible bastard. Looks like I don't have a choice. All I can do is wait for Daru. Rather, wait like Dario suggested. At 4, tons of people spew out of the building. They are mostly parents with children, but there are also men and women in their 20s and 30s. Seems like a wide customer base. Some people are dressed in cosplay, and others are carrying Rhinet goods and paper bags. They're the ones you'd expect to be here. Maybe I should try calling Ferris again. The match should be over. Seems kind of needy to me, but, you know, Mayuri's not going to save herself. Why won't she pick up? My frustration peaks. I tell myself to calm down, but it doesn't work. One obstacle after another. I'm on the verge of losing it. I pace back and forth as I watch the exiting crowd. I try calling Daru again, but now even he's not answering. Looks like I don't have a choice. Excuse me? I approach several men gathered near the UPX entrance. They've got tattered leather jackets and excessive silver accessories. Not the sort of people I usually hang out with. Do you know what Rhinet Champion Ferris-san is? What? They suddenly give me dangerous looks. Rhinet Champion Ferris-san? You guys hear that? The man tosses a grin to the other members of his posse. Snobby, unpleasant laughter resounds. I struggle to suppress my anger. If you know, then please tell me. Now the man directs his grin towards me. What? You're a friend of the former champ? I want to like, I want to say the descriptive phrase describing the guy, because I'm pretty sure it changes and can be funny, so I'm just going to say, quote unquote, said or whatever. Wait, you're a friend of the former champion? A man who seems to whisper to Gaia to shine more said. Former champ. While I'm puzzling this out, the man suddenly steps right up to my face. Gah! Something smashes into my forehead. Stars explode behind my eyes. I fall onto my back. It's hot above my brow, as if a branding iron was pressed to it, but that quickly fades to a dull throbbing. I finally realize that the nutcase headbutted me. What the hell? Why would he do that? Did I do something to this guy? Or is he a Ferris hater? I stagger to my feet. The man stoops to pick up his hat, which fell off when he headbutted me. That's when I see it. Right on top of his head, there's a small space devoid of hair. There's no way I could miss it. A bald spot. A man with a bald spot who seems to whisper to Gaia to shine more says, Sorry, but you asked for it. The same named person says, It made my dirty heart ache to hear you call that pussy a champion. Get it? Don't you ever call that disgusting cat girl a champion to my face again. His name still hasn't changed. Not unless you want your body and soul frozen by yours truly, the king of the streets, the one and only black absolute zero, 4 degrees Celsius. What the hell is this guy talking about? He's obviously living in his own stupid world. The name's 4 degrees Celsius. That's Shido, you get me? I'm the strongest and coolest Rhinetter to ever rule the streets of Akiba. Nobody comes close, nobody. Did you know? 4 degrees Celsius says, dry ice is so cold it burns. That's not a burn, it's frostbite. What? When I point out the scientific truth, the man with a bald spot and his lackeys get pissed. This doesn't look good. I don't have time to get into a fight. I decide to stage a tactical retreat. Afterwards, I go to the assembly hall and ask the staff about Ferris. No luck. When I try calling Daru again, he says, "Maybe she went home already," in a bummed-out voice. I return to Ferris's apartment building and ring the intercom again. The butler responds once more. "May I ask who's calling?" "It's Okabe. Has Rumiko-san returned?" "Just a moment." It sounds like she's home. The intercom goes silent for a while, and then the door's automatic lock opens, allowing me inside the elevator hall. "Please come up, sir. The young mistress will see you." I give him my thanks and hurry into the elevator. The butler guides me into the bedroom, where Ferris is sitting on the sofa, hugging her knees. She doesn't look up, even when I approach. "Ferris, finally, there's something I need to ask you." "Yeah." She looks exhausted, like all the life has been drained out of her. I've never seen Ferris like this. "What happened? You look down." "This can't be happening, yeah. Why did Ferris have to lose Nyan? If only those guys hadn't used underhand tricks on me, yeah. They ganged up on Ferris. I even promised Papa I'd win. He's probably disappointed in me, yeah. I'm too ashamed to show my face, yeah." What is she saying? No, wait. I think I get it. I recall what happened after Ferris's final match in the Rainet Championship. That leather-clad asshole called her the former champ. I guess that means she lost, and that's why she's depressed. I feel bad for Ferris, but I don't have time to deal with this. "Listen, Ferris." Ferris blinks her eyes repeatedly when I grab her by the shoulders, but her eyes are glazed and empty of light. "A couple of days ago, you used the time machine we invented to send a D-mail. Do you remember that?" Yeah?" I knew it was useless, but I had to ask. Ferris doesn't remember. In fact, from her perspective, it never happened. How do I explain? Let's say, for example, that there used to be tons of stores for anime otaku here in Akiba. And let's say you used a time machine and changed that Akiba into the electric town it is today. How would you do it? I know it's a really cryptic question, but I can't think of a better way. "Time machine?" Ferris murmurs with a blank expression on her face. "Time machine." She repeats the same phrase. Ferris's eyes gradually regain their brightness. And then, all at once, "Kyoma?" She presses up against me. Whoa! What? She smells good. Ferris's cat ears tickle my nose. I go stiff, but not knowing what to do about the situation. Sudden turn of events. Ferris looks up at me. She looks so desperate, I feel my heart pound faster. "Is it a real time machine, yeah?" Yeah, it's real." Ferris stares at me even more intensely. It's like she's trying to see inside my soul. "I believe you, Nyan." Just when I get the feeling she's believed me way too easily, she suddenly starts clutching her head. I'm about to remember, Nya." "Huh?" "Ferris remembers using the time machine, Nyan." "What? Really?" Ferris got on the time machine and it went zoom and..." "What? You didn't write anything. You sent a D-mail to the past." Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm starting to remember more and more, yeah." Ferris then holds her head and looks at me with tears in her eyes. My head hurts, yeah. What's going on here? Does Ferris have reading Steiner too? I don't know. I need to find out. But how? calm down. I need to think. Should I contact Kurisu? Or should I... Kyoma... Ferris continues to cling to me, and all I can do is hold her warm, soft, slender body in my arms. I need to make her remember somehow. My brains are turning to mush, nya. Hang in there. Is there anything I can do? If I win, I might remember, nya. Win? Win what? Today's match, Nyan, against the viral attackers, nya. I only lost because of their underhanded tricks, nya. And now, my head is all mushy, so I can't remember anything, nya. Please, Kyoma, I think that if I win the match, I'll remember everything, nya. So please, Nyan, let me use the time machine. By the way, this isn't an act, right? An act? What do you mean, nya? Don't tell me she just wants to use the time machine to win her Rhinet match. Considering her personality, that's actually pretty likely. After all, this is the girl who twists men around her finger. You're awful, nya. And then Ferris starts crying into my chest. Even though Ferris is trying her bestest to remember for you, you called me a liar. It hurts, nya. No, I'm sorry. Tears emerge from the corners of her eyes. I have no idea what to do in this situation. Judging by her tears, I don't think she's lying. But there's really no bias to the theory that she'll remember if she wins the Rhinet tournament. Please, nya. Ferris whispers into my ear. Help Ferris win, Nyan. Immediately afterward, I feel something warm and wet on my earlobe. Ferris brushes her teeth against my ear, sending electricity through my entire body. Whoa, wait! I get it, okay? I quickly pull away from Ferris. That was dangerous. I almost exploded. Oh, okay, Ferris. We'll do it your way. For real, Nyan? Yeah. I need you to remember, whatever it takes. Ferris tries to throw her arms around me, but I quickly evade. She face dives into the sofa awkwardly. Why'd you dodge, nya? You're being way too familiar. I'm not sure at dealing with Ferris. She's using me here, I'm sure. I'm being tricked, aren't I? I shake my head. Even so, I have no choice but to help her win the tournament. I'll try anything that could possibly yield results. As long as I keep doing that, I'll find a solution eventually. I have to believe that. I'm going to leap to this morning and give you some advice that will allow you to win. How's that? We're not sending a mail, Nyan? Our lab has developed a device for time leaping, or sending your consciousness to the past. Awesome. So it's like New Game Plus, yeah? Yeah. That's it. Don't play along. Whatever you do, don't play along. So if Ferris uses it to go back to this morning, it'll solve everything, yeah? You can't. Yeah? Why not, Nyan? I can't let anyone else use the time leap machine. No fair, yeah. It's not something to be used lightly, it's dangerous. It has yet to fail once so far, but my luck might not last forever. Suzuha lost her memory after traveling in a broken time machine. Her time machine was different, of course, but something similar could happen with the time leap machine. Considering the time leap machine's low budget and rushed schedule, it wouldn't be surprising if it broke somehow. And there's one more thing. I shouldn't allow anyone else to change the past. My goal is to return to the world line with the IBM 5100, then use it to escape from the alpha attractor field. The fewer changes made, the better. I'll be the one responsible for changing the past. Trust me, Ferris. Okay. Yeah. Whoa. This time we go back. Good. I embrace my wobbling feet. Rather. I just rather embrace my wobbling feet. As my vision recovers, I check the clock. It's 10:38 a.m. The time leap was successful. According to Ferris, she lost the match due to cleverly concealed interference from the opposing team. Ferris told me how to counter that. Her plan? Bring Ferris sunglasses and earplugs before the match, Nyan. Then I can ignore the distractions and win for sure. Yeah. I wonder if she's right. No. Now's not the time to doubt. Ferris said she would arrive at the assembly hall around 12. I head to UPX, making sure to buy sunglasses and earplugs on the way. There's still half an hour before the tournament. The tournament, yeah, that thing, begins. But there's already a line outside of UPX. I didn't think there would be many participants since it's already the finals, but it turns out there's another tournament for the general public at the same time. The opening act, so to speak. The participants enter the hall through a different entrance than the spectators. I'm at the participant entrance, waiting for Ferris to make her appearance. After about 15 minutes, Ferris appears. She lives right next door to UPX, so she's got a lot of leeway, time-wise. She's got her cat ears and her maid uniform on. It feels strange to see her wearing that uniform despite May Queen not existing on this world line. Ferris's eyes open wide when she sees me. Kyoma, what are you doing here, Nya? I waited here because I wanted to see you. Hanya, are you confessing your love for me? I don't know what to do if you confess right before such an important match, Nyan. Don't be ridiculous. Why would I confess to you? You're awfully serious today, Nya. Usually you play along more, Nya. I don't have time to be Hu and Kyoma now. I'm nervous about the finals, so I want to lift my spirits, Nyan. She doesn't look nervous. Please, just listen to me, Ferris. This is important for your victory. Important? But you don't even know the rules of riding that, Nya. It's not about the rules or anything like that. Then what is it, Nya? She peers at me with questioning eyes. I'd better give her the goods before I screw this up. Take these with you. I try handing over the sunglasses and earplugs I bought on the way here, but Ferris pulls back, as if on guard. Kyoma, that's lame, Nya. How rude. You're supposed to bring nicer presents, like... It's not a present. These are countermeasures. Yeah. Listen good. I came from the future. I know, Nya. What? She knows. How? Why? And Ferris comes from space, Nya. Don't forget, this is Ferris Nyan we're dealing with. I'm not joking around here. I seriously left here from 6 this evening. I know the outcome of today's Rhinet Grand Champions final. Don't tell me. Overwhelming victory for Ferris. No. You lose. No. Ferris frowns. But that's only because of the opposing team's interference. So, to protect you, I brought you these sunglasses and earplugs. I desperately try to convince her, but Ferris just hangs her head, making it hard to read her expression. Are you listening? I grab Ferris's slender shoulders. She's shaking. Ferris. Oh, no. Kyoma, you meanie. And then she suddenly explodes. This is a very important match for Ferris, Nya. How dare you say I'll lose, Nya? You're being mean. Are you a viral attacker spy, Nya? No. Look, it wasn't your fault you lost. It's... Nya. Nah, listen, Nya. After a swift kick to my shin, Ferris turns her back to me with a huff. Damn you, cat girl, for once in your life, listen to me. Wait. I said wait. I need you to win, no matter what. Like I said, there's no way I can lose, Nya. And I don't want Nya here. I don't want Nya wear those ugly sunglasses, Nya. Ferris needs me. Needs to be cute at every moment. My fans are counting on me, Nya. Crap, she's getting angry at me, Meow. Ferris shakes me off and runs to the participant entrance. I'm not a participant, so if she makes it inside, it's the end of it. Please hear me out. Bearing the pain in my shin, I force my way in front of Ferris and stand in her way. Ferris, please. Mary's life depends on it. Someone come here, nya. Help me, nya. Ferris suddenly starts shouting. She grabs the attention of the surrounding participants and spectators. Even staff members are gathering. Crap, I can't talk about time machines or Mary's life with this much attention around us. But unless I can get Ferris to listen to me, there's no way I can undo her email. What should I do? You seem to have an awful lot of time on your hands, eh, champion? That smug voice. A tall man, dressed entirely in black, walks up to us with a grin on his face. Whenever he takes a step, all of his silver accessories jingle. He dramatically takes off his sunglasses, revealing the face of that guy who gave me trouble before. If I'm not mistaken, he called himself 4 degrees Celsius or something like that. 4C. Should I call him 4C or do I is the degrees understood? Never mind. I don't know. Swooping down onto the street, I am the Black Peacock of the Rhinetter realm. The name's 4C. I'm just gonna call him 4C. That's Shido, you get me? I'm the leader of the viral attackers. The viral attackers. The viral attackers. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's right, they're Ferris's opponents in match. They're trying to start a fight now. This is a guy who headbutts people out of nowhere, and he seems to hate Ferris for some reason. Seriously, you disappoint me, champion. You flirt with the system, but that's just noise to my heart. And yet here you are before the match, soaking in the corrupted love of that worthless man. You put on the airs of a Siamese cat, but with this duel today, I'll dye that white fur of yours jet black, Gaia has thus whispered. The black cat is the sign of disaster. My black radiance shall outshine your shadow, ushering in a new generation of Rhinet. Women are already slaves to the living rock mind that is myself. Damn, this guy can talk. Though I have no idea what he's saying. Ferris seems to be thinking the same thing. Why is everyone getting in Ferris's way, nya? I can't hear myself think, nya. With that said, she quickly tries to enter the hall. But I grab her hand to detain her. Ferris, I told you to wait. Pause off. I'm begging you, please listen to what I am saying. Hey, don't you dare disregard the man closest to the truth of Rhinet. This is none of your business, go away. The hell you say? Don't you know I'm the black nobleman of the Rhinet realm? Weren't you the Black Peacock of the Rhinet realm? Get your story straight. I'm the Black Peacock nobleman, because black is the symbol of Rhinet. The promotional posters all have a blue and white motif. It doesn't look like black is the image color to me. Oh, I get it. You just like to say black. You think you're so smart? I'm gonna dye that pussy black before the duel even starts. 4C approaches with an angry look in his face. But I am the one who should be angry. Mary's life hangs in the balance. Ferris isn't cooperating either. I can't believe this is happening. How can I get this guy to go away? After a moment's consideration, I decide to face him as Huan Kyoma. You know what'll happen if you touch me. Dry ice burns. That's frostbite, you idiot. What? I am telling you to stop messing with Ferris. Save your bullshit for someone who cares. I hear giggles from all around. They're laughing at you, you corrupt pussy lament. What the hell is a lament? I think not. They're laughing at you, you pathetic peacock with a bald spot on your head. What? How do you know about my untouchable black spot? I've never told anyone about it. 4C's face turns red. Elementary. 4C. Yonorasi. I am an insane mad scientist and travel through time. Nothing escapes the sight of Huan Kyoma. The name's Shido. Now you've gone too far. For the sin of insulting my ultra cool badass name, I'll summon you to my garden, the Black Hell. Just you wait. He puts on his sunglasses and leaves. Consider this payback for the headbutt. How did you know about 4C's weak point, Nyan? Nobody's ever seen it. Haven't you been listening? I came from the future. Ah. So please, Ferris, take this stuff. Just hold on to it, okay? But there's no way Ferris can lose, Nyan. You're stronger than them, no question, but you heard him just now. They're obviously not gonna play fair. They'll do anything it takes to win, even if it breaks the Rainet or code. If you say so. Looks like my desperation paid off. Ferris reluctantly accepts the 2 items I present to her. Of course, she doesn't take them out of the bag. I'm just going to hold on to them. Is that okay, Nya? Yeah, just make sure you have them with you on stage. I promise you'll need them. Sooner or later, she won't have a choice. The theme song to Rainet Kakeru plays throughout the hall, signaling the start of the finals. There's a kind of majesty to the scene. The tension of the crowd peaks as its voltage reaches a climax. Thanks for waiting, everybody. The finals are about to begin, and we'll see once and for all who is the Rainet Access Battlers Grand Champion. These 2 teams are about to clash. First up, the defending champion, our queen, the manmade cat. Ferris Nyan. Ferris makes her entrance to thunderous cheering. She smiles brightly and waves to the audience. She really is like a queen. I notice she's not wearing the sunglasses I gave her. And now, the challengers. Like a comet, they suddenly appeared, blazing across the starry sky. The dark horse, nay, dark peacock of the Rainet world. This is their very first tournament, but despite various troubles, including no-show opponents, they have made it to the finals. They are the Black Absolute Zero. The Viral Attackers. The Viral Attackers consist of 4C and some short guy with the same black leather fetish. They look like a couple of punks straight out of Ikebukuro. I sit in stupefied awe as the excitement around me builds. Daru taps me on the shoulder. The shoulder? You gotta cheer for Ferris, Stan, too. Yeah. Oblivious to my anxiety, Daru starts jumping and waving his hands in the air. Ferris time! I love you, Ferris! More! Cameras flash as everyone tries to get a picture of the cat girl. I'm gonna give it my best, everyone, so cheer for me, Nyan! The speakers carry her cute, cheerful voice to every corner of the hall. Apparently, they gave microphones to both teams so that they could talk to the audience. Service shot, Nyan! Ferris puts on an impish smile and turns to the audience in a sexy pose. Whoa! The entire hall shakes with the audience's roar. Ferris's popularity is overwhelming. There it is! Yes! Ferris! It's me! Marry me! Daru has totally lost it. I wonder if Ferris will be alright. Judging from her enthusiasm, it certainly looks like she'll be fine. Once the cheering dies down, I speak to Daru. How come there are 2 viral attackers, but Ferris is all alone? What? You don't even know about that? I'm not familiar with the rules of Rainet Access Battlers. I had Daru explain them before the finals started, but he only covered the basics. In this tournament, duels take place between 2-man teams. But since there's nobody strong enough to be Ferris Stan's duel partner, she goes alone. 2 heads are obviously better than 1, but Ferris can win despite her handicap. That's why I love her. These viral attackers. What sort of team are they? I don't know all the details, but apparently they're a pretty aggressive team. But other than that, there's a bunch of suspicious rumors about them. They've got a lot of followers, you see, and apparently they don't mind using those followers to interfere with their opponents during duels. About half the teams they faced in the championships were no-shows. And that's not all. Apparently, they even go around beating up Otaku and Akiba and Ikebukuro. Long story short, Rhinetters really hate them. Then why haven't they been disqualified? Because there's no evidence. Rhinetters are mostly kids and otaku. Just a little intimidation from some guys in black, and they clam up. The viral attackers. Ferris told me that their interference cost her the game. But as long as she's got the sunglasses and earplugs I gave her, she should be able to win. And if she wins, she might be able to recall the contents of the email she sent. At least that's what she said. I need Ferris to win. Mayuri's life depends on it. I'm counting on you, Ferris. Ferris rises to the stage, heralded by thunderous cheers. And naturally, on the other side is 4C. They face off across the circuit mat. How do teams work exactly? You can discuss with your partner what moves to make. It's harder for the opponent to predict what you're going to do. So basically, the partner just plays a support role. Well, there's nothing to worry about. Ferris Tan can beat the daylights out of these punks in the blink of an eye. Are both teams ready? The referee gathers Ferris and the two virals for a coin toss to decide who takes the first turn. And now, for the Rhinet Axis Battlers Grand Championship Finals. Instantly silence falls on the assembly hall. Everyone holds their breath in anticipation. Dual access! The referee's short signals the start of the game. Rather, shout. The room erupts in cheers. First up is Ferris. The huge monitor hanging from the ceiling displays the circuit mat, the thing that looks like a chessboard. The cards glitter and sparkle in the stage lights. All cards on the board are face down, but each player is allowed to peek at his or her own cards. The cameras are oriented in a way that the audience can't see what cards they have. According to Daru, Rhinet Axis Battlers is a game of psychological warfare. It's all about figuring out where your opponent has placed his cards. Each player starts with 4 link cards and 4 virus cards, for a total of 8 cards face down on the board. The victory conditions are a little complex, but in short, you win if you take 4 of your opponent's link cards, or if you make your opponent take 4 of your virus cards. The game starts with each player trying to figure out how the other has placed his or her cards. Knowing your opponent's layout lets you shift the game to your advantage. That's why it's important to be careful what moves you make, whether you're attacking or defending. You are dual partners there to make it harder for your opponent to read your thoughts. I watch as the duel between Ferris and the viral attackers unfolds before my eyes. Every time a link card or virus card is revealed, waves of excitement ripple through the audience. I'm starting to understand just how amazing Ferris must be to become champion all by herself. The audience is on the edge of their seats. As best as I can tell, it looks like the viral attackers are, true to their name, on the attack. What sort of strategy does Ferris use? I guess you could say she's a slow starter. She spends the first half focusing on reading her opponent's cards. She plays it safe. And instead, she waits until the end game for a sudden reversal. That's probably how she'll play it this time, too. But, contrary to Daru's expectations, Ferris charges into enemy territory with a card equipped with a skill called Line Boost. Undaunted, the virals meet her attack head-on, countering with their own Line Boost equipped card. Oddly enough, Ferris makes the first move. She waits for the virals to overextend themselves, then snatches one of their cards using her Line Boost equipped card. Now, what's it gonna be? We won't know if the card she took was a link card or a virus card until she opens it. The card Ferris snatched is... Oh, no way. What happened? I can't believe it. She took a virus card. She almost never goes on the offensive. Maybe the virals are enough of a threat to warrant a change of strategy. Phew. Looks like our pussy champ here is frightened by the heavy rock wings of the black peacock. Your fear is showing. I could see your cowardly pussy shivering with these fallen angel eyes of mine. This little strategy change of yours, it's an obvious fake. My elegant evil heart whispers so. I've done my research. You never go on the offensive. You're the cautious thinking type. I know all about your little mind tricks. You can't fool me. That card you attacked with just now is a virus card, no doubt. You think I'll take the bait, don't you? This black nobleman set off a red alarm in your heart, awakening your wild survival instincts, and that's why you suddenly changed your strategy. But it's too late for that now. Such inelegant tricks as that have not a chance to stain our blackness. For we are the viral attackers, the Black Justice, the usurpers of Rhinet, the rebellion against this fickle sanctuary. He sure can't talk. And I still have no idea what he's saying. I hate those guys. Ferris was radiant when she greeted the audience, but now her cheer and luster have evaporated in the face of 4C's taunts. Well, you gotta admit, pressuring your opponent is an important part of Rhinet. If you shake your opponent up, their reaction might help you figure out their card layout. This game sounds pretty hardcore. To tell you the truth, Rhinet's more popular with adults than with kids. Even the anime's like that. It's marketed towards kids, but the story's going down a pretty hard route. That, and Kirari-chan's sexy. Like I care, perv. Only 3 minutes have passed since the start of the duel, and Ferris is already frowning. She's also fidgeting in her seat, as if there's something bothering her. A laser. Eh? What? Look, near her eyes, there's a red dot. It appears in short intervals, so it's difficult to spot, but there's definitely a laser shining in Ferris's eyes. Seriously? Daru stares at her eyes for a second, then shakes his head. I can't tell, but if you're right, Ogrin, then someone in the audience is trying to sabotage her. Damn those virals. Why doesn't the referee stop them? They must be timing it so that the referee doesn't see. The audience is huge. It's impossible to tell where the beam is coming from. There could be multiple lasers for all I know. Now I get it. This is why Ferris asked me to bring her sunglasses before I time leaped. Put on the damn sunglasses, Ferris. Alas, my telepathic message doesn't reach her. I clench my teeth and stand up. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to find whoever's doing this and stop them. But how are you going to find them in this crowd? I ignore Daru and begin wading through the sea of spectators in search of my target. Meanwhile, the game is still proceeding. Ferris takes the card she used for her first attack and instead of sending it into enemy territory for another attack, pulls it back to fortify her defenses. The virals respond by unleashing a massive assault on her line. They equip a card with line boost, which allows it to move twice. Move it twice and then unequip it. Then they equip line boost to another card and move that. Move it twice. It looks like their strategy is to attack in waves. They even seem willing to make sacrifices to a certain extent. And of course, the virals are most likely attacking with a mix of both link cards and virus cards. In order to survive the onslaught, Ferris is forced to capture some of their cards in retaliation, but each virus card she's tricked into taking puts her at even more of a disadvantage. Ferris looks very unsettled by 4C's unpleasant smile. The laser attacks must really be getting to her as well. And finally, she makes a careless move that seems truly desperate. Disbelief spreads through the hall. Hey! Looks like this fucking cat got scared of my elegant evil charisma aura and lost her cool heart. Who would have thought the champion would make such an amateurish move? Amateurish? I was too busy searching for the viral underlings in the audience to pay attention to the match, but this new turn of events causes me to look up to the monitor. Ferris has moved one of her pieces to the other side of the board, the entrance to the viral attacker's server. But the virals must have used their virus checker card because Ferris's card is face up. It's a virus card. Every card you send into the enemy server is added into your total. Normally, you try to get link cards through, as that brings you closer to victory. However, you're not required to reveal any cards you successfully send into your enemy's server. So although it hurts your point total, you technically can send virus cards into your enemy's server. But for some strange reason, Ferris is trying to send a revealed virus card into her enemy's server. Even if it gets through, she won't be fooling anyone. Moreover, Ferris has already taken 3 virus cards, 1 more, and she'll lose. So she can't send that card through, even if she wants to. So what exactly was she trying to accomplish? Is she really that distracted by the laser beam? Allow this elegant evil storyteller 4C to make a jet black proclamation. In just a few minutes, you'll be demoted to former champion. Ah. Someone in the audience echoes 4C's vulgar laughter. So that's where his underlings are. I push my way through the audience in the direction of the laughter. The rest of the audience starts booing. I guess most Rhinehunters really do hate the virals. But Ferris herself doesn't respond to 4C's taunts. She just bites her lip and closes her eyes. Come on. Just put on the sunglasses. This cute thing's only policy of hers is going to cost her the match. Or maybe it's impossible to prevent Ferris from losing. Maybe the convergence will bring about the same result, just as Mayuri is doomed to die no matter what I change. The audience gasps. The virals have snatched a link card from Ferris. Now they have a total of 2 link cards. I can feel it. Ferris is losing. But just then, I catch sight of a few guys dressed in all black. One of them is surreptitiously aiming a pen-shaped object at the stage. It's him. I grab his wrist. Who are you? That's as far as you go. I won't let you interfere with Ferris's match. Why, you move and I shoot. I thrust something into his side. It's feature gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. I remembered how this bluff worked on Moeka on a previous world line, so I brought it just in case. The man freezes. I guess he didn't expect to be held at gunpoint at a children's card game event. Taking advantage of his surprise, I snatch the laser pointer out of his hand, then disappear back into the crowd. The punk starts shouting, but gives up when he can't find me. Good, that takes care of the laser. Now Ferris-chan can focus on the game. A scream goes up from the audience. 4C has snatched another one of Ferris's link cards. That's the 3rd one. The virals just need 1 more to win. Too weak, pussy. But it's your fault for flirting with the system in that getup of yours. Save that vomit-inducing fashion sense for your bedroom mirror. All of your fans are just otakus who wanna do you. Does it really make you that happy to have a fan base filled with people like that? Ferris still doesn't respond. She hasn't said a word since the match started. But I got rid of the interference, so Ferris should come up with a reversal any second now. I stare at her, praying for a miracle. And when I do, Ferris once again turns her face away, as if trying to avoid something. What? Is there another? Is it another laser? Hey, champion. They say your eyes can see into a man's soul. They say you have the power to read minds, which makes you a cheater even my pure black evil heart can't abide. What? She does? Basically, you ain't human. You're an ugly angel.
because you peek into the heart of any poor sap who talks to you. Everyone beware, keep your distance or this pussy will steal your every secret by reading your thoughts. And then she'll blackmail you. Hand over your money? Throw your Rhinet match? What will you demand next? The audience begins to murmur. If Eris does have that kind of power, then it's no wonder she's so good at Rhinet. My Chuyuniboyu. I guess I gotta pronounce both U's. My Chuyuniboyu. I don't know why that one's been getting to me, but you know. Chuyuni. I guess it's the Bayou. My Chuyuniboyu imagination starts to run wild, but I try my best to keep it suppressed. If Eris really can see through my lies. Rather. You would say Freudian slip, but I don't know how many times they've mentioned Freud in this game, so. If Eris really can't see through lies, it would explain why she hated the laser beam attack so much. It would also explain why her moves made so little sense this match. Ferris. Ktori. Ah? What was that? I use Change Directory, Nyan. Change Directory is a special type of card called a terminal card. Once per game, it allows you to switch the placement of 2 of your own pieces. Of course, you may also pretend to switch them. Additionally, if either of the 2 cards was exposed by a viral checker, it gets flipped back face down. I get it. With Change Directory, she can switch out that virus card she placed near the enemy's server. And just as expected, Ferris exchanges the virus card with a card for CS surrounded with his cards. Or maybe she just pretended to. Either way, nobody knows which card is the link card and which is the virus card. Nobody except for Ferris, that is. A pretty interesting ploy. But will it work? The viral attackers whisper to each other. Once they've finished, 4C returns to the circuit mat with a shit-eating grin on his face. You can't touch my heartstrings with a boring move like that. Is this your huge reversal plan? Sorry, but I am the black peacock no woman can resist. The elegant evil new generation of the Rhinetter realm. My cool black brain easily sees through your trick. No, that wasn't even a trick. That was a complete blunder, champion. Without a moment's hesitation, 4C captures the piece Ferris placed next to his server. I still only have 2 virus cards. 1 card ain't enough to clip these black jet wings of mine. But if I take just 1 more link card, then it's the end of Grand Cross for you. By the way, that card you're protecting way back in your territory, that's the card you used in the opening. The one you equipped with line boost and used to attack me as if inviting me to take it. I said it before, but there's no way a scaredy cat like you would send a link card out where it could be captured. In other words, champion, according to my elegant evil skills of deduction, your last link card isn't the one you're guarding, it's one of the 2 you switched. So, I don't even have to check. This black peacock's sexual eyes can already see my elegant victory. They can see the contents of your crazy cards. You exchanged 1 virus and 1 link. So all I've got to do is take both and victory belongs to us black noblemen. Wait, is that right? If the card 4C takes now is a link card, then he wins. But even if it's a virus card, it'll still be match point. And then he'll know which card to take for sure. It's going to end without Ferris demonstrating any of her power. Card open. And the card displayed on the monitor is a virus card. Is it over? The virals have taken 3 link cards and 3 virus cards, match point. But 4C's right. That doesn't even matter. Ferris only has 2 cards left. And 4C already knows which is the link card and which is the virus card. Ferris's link card is surrounded by the viral's cards. There's nowhere to run. Does this mean Ferris is going to lose? No way. There's gotta be some advice I can give her. Gah, can't think of anything. In the end, the world has dyed black, the closing of this Rhinenet century. 4C poses as if in ecstasy, with both hands stretched wide and his chin cocked up. His attitude disgusts me. I clench my fists. It looks like I'll have no choice but to time leap again and force Ferris to wear the sunglasses. The black revelations have been fulfilled. The pussy champ has fallen from grace to former champ. We, the viral attackers, now raise the curtain to the highest, grandest, sexiest new generation. What are you talking about, Nya? Huh? This match isn't over yet, Nyan. Ferris is back to her usual speech patterns. She's even got a fearless smile on her face. That's not the look of a Rhinetter facing certain defeat. And then Ferris pulls something out of her ears. Wait, earplugs? Those are the ones I gave her this morning. She wore the earplugs, but not the sunglasses. Why? To catch the opponent unprepared? What dreamy nonsense are you spewing? The match is already won. You're just pawing at the ground. Why don't you check the card you just took from Ferris, Nya? What? No way. The card he just took wasn't a link card? No freaking way. In the name of all that is elegant and evil, it's just impossible. That's bullshit. There's no way you'd shoot yourself in the foot by wasting change directory to switch 2 virus cards. Just turn over the card and see for yourself already, Nya. 4C slowly flips over the card he took from Ferris. The entire audience waits for the card to be revealed, and then displayed on the monitor. What? Just when we all thought the card was a link card? A virus card? A huge turn around! She did it. She really turned defeat into victory. It's like she knew exactly what was going to happen. She was in control of the battle all along. The audience goes wild. Their cheers shake the hall. We have our winner, Ferris Nyan Nyan, 2-time undefeated champion. Congratulations! As the hall rocks with the jubilation of the crowd, Daru and I clasp hands and share in the excitement of Ferris's victory. With the tournament over, I wait for Ferris outside the hall. I sent Daru home already. I'll have to tell Ferris about my Eri soon, and I don't want him to hear it. Kyoma! Suddenly, Ferris runs up to me, paying no heed to the curious stares of the crowd. She's still in her maid clothes, and she's carrying 2 banquets of flowers, which she received from her adoring fans. Congratulations on your victory, Ferris jumps at me before I can finish. She jumps into my arms, embracing me, and there's a warm feeling against my cheek. A kiss? Was that a kiss? Thanks for everything, Nyan. Ferris smiles innocently. It's like her entire body is glowing with pure joy. No, I can't have you thanking me like this. I need something else from you. What's that, Nyan? You mean a kiss isn't enough? So you want to go on a date, Nyan? Ah, Kyoma, you're so greedy, Nyan. But you know, Ferris doesn't mind, Nya. Ferris puts on an impish smile. I'm glad those earplugs I gave you did the trick. Soak it off. It's too hot. I forcefully pry Ferris's body off me. Everyone is staring at us. I'm sorry for doubting you, Nya. It wouldn't have been such a close game if I just believed you to begin with, Nya. Ferris bashfully paws at her head. I take that paw of hers and leave the scene. We get to the overpass and finally lose sight of all the tournament spectators. Ferris, now you'll listen to what I have to say, right? Yeah? I brought you sunglasses and earplugs, but I didn't come up with the idea. Really, yeah? Then who? You did. Ferris looks at me in confusion. To be precise, you 2 hours ago from now. Not ago. You 2 hours from now. The first time you lost to the viral attackers is underhanded tactics. And then you asked me to use my time machine to stop them. Your time machine? This was a contract, so to speak. You almost remembered the email you sent to change the past, even though you should have forgotten. You said that you'd remember if you won the Rhinet tournament. Hmm? Well, do you remember? It's very important, so I need you to try. Ferris stares into my eyes as if she's looking for something. Then she puts a finger against her lips in thought. Finally, she smiles. Ferris was probably pulling your tail, yeah. What? That Ferris was depressed she lost to the virals, right? So, when she heard about the time machine, she wanted to use it to win, yeah. Because if she didn't, she'd be too ashamed to see Papa, yeah. I'm sure she just played along with Kyoma and said she remembered. That's what I think, yeah. It's probably what Ferris would do, yeah. No way! Damn, I was a fool to trust this cat girl. I should have expected this from how she normally acts. I breathe a deep sigh and lean on the overpass's guardrail. So in the end, all that work was for nothing. I still need to fix the warped timeline, but I don't know the contents of Ferris's email. Ferris forgot it ever happened, and it isn't in her send history. What should I do? Kyoma. Suddenly, Ferris whispers into my ear. Look into Ferris's eyes, Nya. What? Just look, Nya. Ferris's face is right beside mine. Her breath tickles my ear. We're awfully close. Does she plan to kiss me on the lips this time? But her expression is uncharacteristically serious, so I gulp and do as I'm told. I turn to Ferris and stare down into her eyes. Ferris looks up at me, too. If an outsider were to see us, they'd think we were a couple lost in our own world. This is the closest I've ever been to Ferris. I'm captivated by the beauty of her features. Wow, her eyelashes are really long. Nervous? Yeah? Of course not. I'm busy following Fermat's last theorem in my head. In other words, you're nervous, yeah. The truth is, Ferris has only one power, yeah. Your power? Do you mean? It's a secret, but I'll make an exception for Kyoma. Truth is, Ferris can read people's minds, yeah. I call my power Cheshire Break. What you think, yeah? Awesome, yeah. I'm an exception. But the virals knew about it too, didn't they? I had no idea the cat was out of the bag, yeah. I won't deny the existence of supernatural powers. After all, I have one of my own called Reading Steiner. Ever since I was small, I could tell what Papa's business partners were thinking from the looks on their faces, yeah. It's more like intuition or a sixth sense, yeah. Based on eye movements, facial expressions, and gestures, I can tell when someone's lying, yeah. Wait, so you've been using that power at Rhinet tournaments? Of course, yeah. Ferris is an entertainer, yeah. It's my style to get into a tight spot on purpose so I can make a huge turnaround, yeah. Besides, if I wear sunglasses, I can read my opponent's thoughts. Can't. Is that why she didn't put them on? It's because of this power that I knew you weren't lying. But you wouldn't go along with me at all in the beginning, though. You just rubbed my fur the wrong way, yeah. Feels like she's tricking me again. And I can tell you're not lying now either, yeah. Ferris used that D-mail thing to change the past, yeah? I believe you, yeah.
I wish I could remember.
But I'm sorry, yeah. I can't remember, yeah.
I see.
We've reached an impasse. I have no choice but to look for some other way. I suddenly feel intense stares at us.
I realize that we're surrounded by people.
Are they jealous Ferris fans who think I'm her boyfriend? I shudder at the thought. I don't think that's the case. Then who are they? Moika's rounders?
Yeah.
A man clad in black steps forward. Oh, it's the bald spot guy again. What does he want now?
I realize the men surrounding us are all dressed like
4C. So are all of these guys viral attacker underlings? 4C's gaudy white teeth shine. I've got a word with you, champion. Gaia whispered for me to register an objection. An objection? You damn pussy. The power to read the minds of your opponents? That's bullshit. I know you were cheating. She wasn't cheating. You're the ones who were cheating. Ferris doesn't use underhanded tricks like you guys, yeah. The hell you say? I, the Black Nobleman, swear to the god of the elegant evil realm that I never cheat, though sometimes I do other things. Okay, you corrupt white Siamese cat. I ain't gonna accept that defeat. That last change directory was a fraud. You don't have any proof? You seem clueless, so I'll tell ya. If I say it's black, it's black. That's the truth of Rhinet. These guys came here to make completely false accusations. It doesn't look like they'll take no for an answer. And they've surrounded us, so we can't escape. By the way, your old man's some kind of big shot in Akihabara, isn't he? I bet he pulled strings so they'd let you win. That's what all the hip Rhinetters are saying, you know? You're such a scoundrel. You ain't got a bit of elegant evility. You ain't even a white Siamese cat. You're a fat-ass pig crawling in the mud. The crowd grows louder. Beyond the wall of viral henchmen, there are some homebound Rhinet spectators watching from a distance. The virals start jeering loudly. Seriously? I thought it went way too well, but you're telling me it was all rigged? This cat girl's the worst. So that's the kind of person Ferris is. A filthy cheater. That's how it is, champion. No. Champion! On your knees, bow before me, the Black Lucifer 4C. Rub your head on the ground and beg for mercy. And then forfeit your throne. Do all that, and I swear to Lucifer to forgive you for your deeds. That's right. Turn down your victory. I never come back to Rhinet Access Battlers again. Quit Rhinet, you bitch. Jeers fly from the surrounding virals. None of the onlookers approach. I guess they don't want to get involved. What a farce. How long do we have to listen to this? Let's go, Ferris. Yeah? I grab Ferris's wrist and force our way through the surrounding virals. As we run from the place, I look back and see... Hold it right there! 4C and his group are chasing after us. All we can do is run. I'm getting a call from Daru, though.
Do we answer the call from Daru while we're running?
I guess so. A phone call? Now? Hello? It's me. What?
I'm busy. Now.
You still at the hall? No. You haven't seen Ferristan, have you? Actually, everything is on fire. On fire? What is? Her blogs and fan sites. Damn, the viral attackers must be flooding the net with false accusations. Those scumbags. I'm hanging up. I press the end call button and run even faster. Kyoma, those guys are still tailing us, Nyan. Keep running. Just keep running. While gasping for oxygen, I pull Ferris by the hand and run faster. We zigzag through the streets of Aqaba until we loop back to UPX. Ferris's home is right next door. We should have gone there first. Ha! Ha! Whew. Yeah. My lungs are on fire. My legs are aching. Kyoma, look, Nya. What? Ferris tugs at my sleeve, stopping me. I look at where she's pointing, and there I see several unsavory-looking young men clad in black leather loitering near the apartment building's entrance. Damn, they got here first. We can't get in like this, Nya. Let's get out of here. We try to cut through Yodobayashi and head for Shoadori, but get caught en route. There they are. Text the location. Damn, how many of them are there? All we can do is turn back. We won't make any progress if we keep running like this. We need to find somewhere we can rest. The lab. We can manage something if we escape there. We need to get there now. Somehow? We need to get there somehow. But there are virals loitering around the lab. There's no way we can get past them. We end up seeking refuge in the ramen shop behind the lab. The ramen shop behind the lab. On another world line, this was May Queen Yan Yan, where Ferris and Mayuri worked as maids. Why are we stopping here, Nya? We need to run. May Queen's second floor now seems to be a storehouse for the ramen shop downstairs. Actually, that might be the perfect place to hide. I take Ferris's hand and run up the stairs. In the empty room are piles of what seem to be bags of flour. Ferris and I hide behind one such pile. I just hope nobody saw us come in. Let's wait here until those assholes give up. I take out my phone and open the compose mail screen. I send Daru an SOS. Ferris and I are hiding above Ramen and Tasabaru. Ferris and I are hiding above Ramen Tasabaru. It's mostly empty with some sacks of wheat flour. Nothing that looks useful as a weapon and nothing big enough to hide behind. The viral attackers are chasing us, and I don't think they can be reasoned with. Normally, I'd have no trouble taking on all of them, but I can't use my full strength with Ferris nearby. Call us a taxi pronto. I send the email. Whew. It's hot as hell in here. The running has made me thirsty. If this were May Queen, we'd have air conditioning and I could get something to drink. Yeah? Oh, nothing. I just said the first thing that came to my mind, but Ferris looks at me strangely. How do you know the name of the maid cafe that was supposed to open here, Nya? Eh? Oh, I know. We opened up the homepage for a little bit of post-made recruiting information, Yan. Did you see it? It was supposed to open? Ferris organized a cafe's plan and passed it through the conference. It was almost a done deal, Nyan. But at the last moment, Papa put his paw down and the plan died, Nya. Papa's such a blockhead, Nya. If he left the store to me, it would have been the best made cafe in all of Japan, with costumes and fantastic maids. Yeah. It would have even pulled customers to Akiba from all the way over to Uendo and Ikebukuro. It's such a waste, yeah. The
Akihabara, I know, catered to fans of games, anime, and moe culture. The current Akihabara is still the electric town of old. This used to be the maid cafe, Mei Queen Yan Yan, but now it's a ramen shop. And if I remember correctly, Ferris wasn't this attached to Rynet Axis battlers on the previous world line. Ferris, no. Akiharumio. Hanya? You're the Akiha daughter and heir, so you go to the Akihabara City Development Conferences too, right? Nya? I don't attend, Nya. You don't? But didn't you say that? Did she say that before the world line changed? Papa's the one who goes to the conferences, Nya. Why would Ferris have to go, Nya? Then why did you go to the conferences? Like I said, I don't, Nya. That's right. It makes no sense for a high school girl to participate in development conferences, much less be the mastermind behind the moification of Akiba. Moe shops began to spring up around 2002, didn't they? Back then, Ferris was still 9 years old. Could this be a clue to the contents of Ferris's email? Your dad is into retro PCs, right? Yeah, by the way, we still haven't found an IBM 5100 yen. Has your dad ever sold any or given one away? On another world line, Ferris's dad donated the IBM 5100 to the Yanabayashi Shrine. Or was it Ferris who did that? Never, Nya. Papa loves all the PCs he's collected, Nya. He'd never get rid of one, Nya. Then why did he donate the IBM 5100? Do you have any retro PCs, Ferris? I don't get Papa's hobby at all, Nya. Ferris likes cosplay and anime and cute things, Nyan. The reason the Moe shops disappeared was because Ferris didn't participate in the city development conferences. I guess that's what the D-mail was about. Let's say you participated in city development ever since you were a child. I'd put Moe shops all over Akiba, Nya. Just visit Kamima and you'll see the wonder of otaku power, Nya. I'm sure more people would visit Akiba than Nyan. That aside, if you no longer wanted to participate after participating for all that time, how would you stop yourself in the past? Is this some sort of psychological test, Nya? It's just a hypothetical question. Ferris ponders this for a while. A dramatic way would be perfect. What? Like you see on TV, Nya, Ferris is weak to drama, Nya. I probably got that from Papa, Nyan. Really? For example, if Ferris got kidnapped or suddenly Ferris falls silent. It's a dark room. I can't read her expression. Kidnapped? Ferris? What's wrong? Ferris suddenly clutches her head. My head hurts, Nya. Hey, Kyoma. Ferris has been feeling funny since coming to the storehouse, Nya, even though I only came here once back when I was a little kitten. It feels really nostalgic. Like I've been here many times, Nya. What does this mean? Is she messing with me again? No, this feels too real. Ah! Her face lights up. And then she grabs my arm. I remember. Remember what? I remember, Nya. The force of her declaration stifles my response. Mei Queen Yan Yan. Kyoma and Darunya were regular customers, Nya. And Mayushi worked here too, Nya. Really? You really remember that? Ferris nods. And how Kyoma and Daru talked about the time machine at the store, and how I asked to use it in return for helping find the IBN 5100, and how later I convinced Kyoma and Daru it was weird to compare time to a river, and how I took the blood oath to become a lab mem. I almost forgot those things myself. And the D-mail? Do you remember what you sent? Ferris lets out a sigh. Her smile suddenly disappears. Don't tell me that's all she remembers. Or was she tricking me again? I remember. But you said you have to cancel it, yeah? Yes. I need to undo the changes made to the past by your Dmail. You can't, yeah. Ferris shakes her head violently and presses her body against me again. We're almost in this dim storehouse. Or alone, rather. We're alone in this dim storehouse. I can feel her hot breath against my cheek. There's no one here to see us. We're safe. I feel myself getting excited by her proximity. No, I need to keep my cool. You can't undo it, Nya. Please listen, Ferris. Mayuri's life depends on it. Eh? Mayushi's. If we don't return the world line to normal, if I don't get that IB in 5100, then Mayuri will die. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. So please, I need to send another Dmail and cancel the one you... The wish Ferris made with her Dmail. Ferris cuts in as if to silence me. Her eyes are wet, reflecting the dim light. The wish Ferris made was to save Papa, who died 10 years ago, Nya. What? I exchanged the past where Papa died for a past where he didn't die, Nyan. You mean that kind-looking man, her father, died 10 years ago? That's consistent with everything, now that I think about it. Ferris really has remembered her Dmail. Now that I know the result, all I have to do is send the cancellation Dmail. But it's not so simple. I need to cancel the Dmail that prevented her father's death 10 years ago. Isn't that the same as killing him again? I hear the door open and quickly cover Ferris's mouth with my hand. Is Ferris really hiding in here? Someone saw two people who looked like them go inside. Crap. Someone saw us? We need to do something. If they call their friends, we're done for. It's gonna take a moment of silence. I guess let's just answer it. Where are you? So you were here, Ferris. Yeah? Okabe, can you hear me? We called a taxi, but it'll take some time to get there. Pursue. You exposed us to the pursuers. They're right in front of us. Hi, come out. There's no point in hiding. I see. Then I'll lecture you on how to escape. You're in the same place you were before, right? The men are approaching our hiding spot, but because the room is dark, it seems they can't tell where we are. I listen carefully to Kursu's voice. Scatter the flower and make a break for it, okay? Scatter the flower? Then switch on the light. Now I get it. Roger. Over and out. Then I see the light reflect off of something. One of the men has a butterfly knife. He opens the blade with a flourish. I quickly rip open a nearby wheat flour sack and toss its contents into the air. The scattered white powder shines in the sunlight through the window. What the hell? I can't see. Cough, cough. Slipping past the disoriented men, I carry Ferris towards the exit. Right next to the exit, I see the light switch. I push Ferris out first, then flip the switch right before shutting the door. Right as we get out, a sound like firecrackers resounds from the other side of the door. A dust explosion. I've seen this same trick used by guys like MacDiver and Master Cheaton. That's a new tip I've not seen before. Interesting. Let's look into it, because I am a little curious. Popular Japanese comic that ran from 1988 to 1994 follows the activities of the titular protagonist, who is an archaeologist, a survival instructor, and an insurance investigator. Incredible. That should distract them long enough for us to escape. Ferris coughs, shaking wheat flour off her clothes and hair. But there's no time to spare. The taxi still isn't here. But it's not like we can wait for it. We need to leave here now. However, you're not getting away.
Get them! Crap. We were headed for the lab, but got ambushed. Oh no. Soon, Ferris and I are surrounded by men with fires of hatred burning in their eyes. Yo, we got you now. The crowd parts down the middle and 4C steps forward wearing a hat. I'll tell you one thing. You can't escape my totally bad black aura. I shield Ferris with my body. 4C cracks his knuckles and smiles. I always fight the system, and once again my elegant evil story ends in perfect victory. Stop. Don't you lay a finger on me. The only thing I can do to stop faltering is to go into Hoenkyoma mode. If you take another step, the power of my right arm will break free. Always at the front line of the scene stands one man. That one man is the peacock flapping its black wings. Calm down, right arm of mine. No, the seal is coming undone. Run away, all of you. Your lives are in jeopardy. I'll elegantly floor you with my crazy dance. The one chosen by the jet black wings is none other than I. No, my right hand. My right hand. Please stop. I don't want to kill anymore. Hey, what the hell is he doing? Something strikes the top of my head. One of the virals threw a can at me. Don't let him trick you. He's just a textbook Chuyunibu case. Yeah, like you guys can talk. Whatever, just kick his ass. Very well, then prepare yourselves. Releasing restrictions, Before I can finish, 4C kicks me in the solar plexus. Kyoma. He grabs the top of my head and knees me repeatedly. Finally, he lets go of my hair. I start coughing as soon as I hit the ground. Next, 4C lays into me with heavy kicks to the head and body. I raise my arms to protect my face. I told you, man. The coldest ice burns. That's frostbite, you idiot. Why you? He starts stomping on me with his booted heels. Kyoma! All I can feel is pain. I abandon all thought and wait for the storm to pass. Stop it, nya! Don't hurt Kyoma anymore! Don't tell me what to do. I only listen to the whispers of Gaia. 4C grabs my thumb in both hands. Then he starts to twist. Stop it! Someone help! I hear a sound. A car's exhaust. The honking of a horn. A limousine barrels into the alleyway at terrific speed. Everyone screams and scatters to avoid it. The smell of burnt rubber. Tire tracks on the asphalt. The limousine stops right in front of my fallen body. The back door opens. Get inside. Papa! But I can't even stand up. There's no strength in my body left. My vision's blurry too. Slender arms wrap around my body, pulling me toward the car. The soft scent of citrus tickles my nose. Hang in there, nya. I let her help me into the limousine. Wait, you're not getting away. The door shuts, cutting off his shouting. The car speeds off like a bullet. There's a softness under my head. We're inside the limousine. My head is resting on Ferris's lap. Every inch of my body feels like it's on fire. And at the same time, there's a terrible cold in my bones. I can barely hear. My ears are ringing. The urge to vomit has receded at least. They really messed me up. According to Ferris's dad, I was racing to UPX to congratulate Ferris when he saw us. He was. A fortunate coincidence indeed. Is this also the choice of Stein's Gate? I really need to thank you, Okabe-kun. Thank you for protecting my daughter. Protecting? I am no hero. If I had the strength, I would prostrate myself right now before this man.
I wasn't able to do anything against those guys. I was pathetic. Absolutely not. You saved my daughter's life. He shakes my hand firmly in gratitude. Oh, Papa, I thought I told you not to push yourself since you've got important work to do. You should listen to me, nya. Ferris looks happy as she says that. However, I recall what Ferris told me in the ramen shop. The wish Ferris made was to save Papa, who died 10 years ago, nya. If that's true, then to return to the original world line, I have to erase her father, to kill him, essentially. I always keep my promises to you, Romeo. I made that decision long ago. Papa, thank you, nya. The limousine soon reaches Ferris's home. So, you're looking for an IBM 5100? That's right. I heard you were an enthusiastic retro PC collector. Do you know anything about it? I end up eating dinner at Ferris's apartment. Ferris's father was extremely grateful to me and invited me up. I would have been okay with just borrowing the shower, but he even prepared a change of clothes for me, and he even told me I could stay since it's still too dangerous to go outside. During the meal, I try asking about the IBM 5100, ignoring the pain I still feel throughout my body. It's quite unusual for a man your age to know about the IBM 5100. He smiles when I bring up his hobby of collecting old PCs. I did have one. I gave it away, though. You gave it away? Yes. I had a compelling reason. He glances at his daughter. Ferris keeps eating her meal silently. Did you donate it to Yanabayashi Shrine? To a shrine? No. No. All the strength drains from my body. Were my efforts for nothing? I don't think Hashida-san, who entrusted the IBM 5100 to me, could ever forgive me for what I did. Hashida? As in Hashida Suzu? Ferris's dad nods. Suzu a pseudonym. My pulse rises instantly upon hearing that name. She did it. She found an IBM 5100. She brought it to Akiba. She completed her mission. Tears well up in my eyes. I bite them back. This is an old story. A story from before my company got as big as it is. Rumiho was kidnapped. The kidnapper demanded an unthinkable ransom. Maybe I should have mortgaged the company instead. But at that moment, someone appeared, like a godsend, offering a large sum of money to buy my IBM 5100. I sold it, which gave me enough to prepare Romeo's ransom. Let's not talk about that, nya. For some reason, Ferris's face turns red with embarrassment. If I had to say, her dad seems really happy to tell this story. Not something you'd expect from a kidnapping story. So, who was the buyer? A French businessman, I believe. I think I still have his contact information. Would you like it? I politely decline the offer. There's no way the IBM 5100 will arrive from France in time, and I doubt we could afford to pay for it anyway. Plus, there's a high possibility the buyer is related to CERN, or to the Rounders. I clench my fist, then open it again. Why won't you return to me, IBM 5100? It's well past midnight, and I'm still awake. My body hurts too much to sleep, and then there's the question eating at my mind. What should I do? How can I cancel the D-mail to save Ferris's father? My encounter with the man himself has given birth to unnecessary internal conflict. I am about to steal Ferris's father away from her. I need to do it to save Mayuri. But does that give me the right to play God? I hear a knock, and then the door opens. Kyoma? Oh, Ferris. Still awake? May I come in? Normally, Ferris would have added nya to the end of that question. Without waiting for my answer, Ferris steps inside, and then she sits next to me on the bed. She's not wearing her cat ears.
thanks for earlier. When the viral gang started chasing me, I was really scared. Does she have a fever or something? Why is she talking normally? She usually pretends to be a cat girl. Does this mean she's not using her Ferris personality right now? Is this the real Akiharu Mio? It's actually refreshing to hear Ferris talk normally like this. It excites me for some reason, like she's showing me a side of herself that no one has ever seen. That was the first time I ever felt such a black emotion from a huge crowd of people. Those guys were obsessed with black. She slaps me on the knee lightly. Come on, I'm trying to be serious. What? Even her retort is normal. The person sitting in front of me isn't a cat-eared maid. She isn't the Rhinette champion. She's just a normal girl. Does it still hurt? No. I'm fine. Kyoma, I mean, Okabe-san, I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there. I shiver just thinking about it. Don't correct yourself like that. Just call me what you usually do. Fair sighs. Anyway, Kyoma, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, honestly. You know, Kyoma, you're my prince. Prince? What's with the fairy tale talk? She's giving me goosebumps. This calls for who in Kyoma? I am not a prince. I am an insane mad scientist, and before I finish, Ferris throws herself on top of me. She wraps her arms around me tightly. Ferris? I want you to call me Romeo. No. Ferris is Ferris, remember. This is bad. What should I do? What does Ferris want? Hey, I think it's time to end this. You went back in time and risked your life to save me, so I want to grant your wish too. But I swallow the rest of my words. Granting my wish would mean erasing her father's existence. My heart aches. It was like this with Suzuha too. I erased everything that Suzuha had shared with us in 2010, including her memories of meeting her father. I did it for the sake of my personal goal, to save Mayuri. Must I once again sacrifice someone else's dream? It was my 8th birthday. Still clinging to me, Ferris looks down and begins her story. I wanted Papa to take a break from work so he could spend time with me. Papa's company wasn't as big back then, so he worked every day, from morning to night. I never got to see him. The present I wanted most was for him to spend one whole day with me. And Papa promised. He promised he'd spend the entire day with me, no matter what. But something came up, and he had to break his promise the day before. I was so afraid that Papa didn't really love me. So on my birthday, I ran away from home. I wanted to make Papa worry. Ferris pauses here for a time. Then she looks up at me and continues with tears in her eyes. Then, the plane Papa was on made a bad landing. Only one person died in the accident. Everyone else was unharmed. Don't tell me. The only casualty was Papa. That was before the world line changed. I couldn't believe the world would be so cruel to me. I hate you, Papa. You should die. Those were the last words I ever said to him. And that's how our relationship ended. Forever. I can hear the tears in her voice. I loved him. So why? Why did I say those things to him? I always felt guilty because of what I said. I always wished I could go back in time, change what happened. Then, did fate guide us to each other? When I heard you talking about your time machine, I thought I was being given a chance. Ferris, Rumo, that's enough for today. You don't have to say anything more. No, let me finish. Ferris doesn't let go of me. She sniffles and wipes away her tears, putting on a smile. I'm okay now.
Papa came to save me, so I know how much she really loves me. I really enjoyed having this time to spend with him. It was like a gift to us from heaven. But now you need to change things back to the way they were. But Mayushi's a very important friend to me. If Mayushi's in danger, I'll do anything to save her. I'm sorry. Aren't you listening? This current reality isn't reality at all, but rather a gift to my father and me. Or maybe I should call it a dream. Papa doesn't belong in this time. You're just turning things back to normal. Thank you for letting me have this dream, Kyoma. Are you really okay with that? Ferris buries her face into my chest. Actually, I'm not okay at all. I remember how things were before the world changed. I also remember how everything was after the world changed, you know? I'm actually kind of freaking out right now. What happened before the change and after the change are all mixed up inside of me. I don't know which one is real anymore. But if I try to fight it, it'll just make you sad, won't it? I don't want to make you sad. You were my prince, after all. We can do something. There might be a world where you don't lose your dad and Mayuri doesn't die. If we try, it's okay. I've accepted it. I don't want to run away anymore. There's nothing I can say to that. So instead, I tightly embrace her slender body. Thank you. Hey, is it okay if I cry a little before we change things back? Is it okay if I cry for Papa? She's already crying, but I don't say anything. Instead, I silently nod. Ferris's body trembles with emotion as I hold her. Her father is sleeping in the room next door, so she probably doesn't want him to hear. She cries into my chest, muffling her sobs. It's almost noon. I feel dizzy. It's like my brain is rusty. My whole body is heavy with fatigue. The pain from my wounds has subsided, thankfully, but in the end, I couldn't sleep a wink. I promised Ferris that we'd commence the operation at noon. Until then, we wait at Ferris's apartment. I've already contacted Dara and the others back at the lab. I told them we'd be performing an experiment today. Kyoma. Ferris. I can see the traces of tears on her face. The sight makes my heart ache. I'll go say my last goodbyes to Papa now, Nyan. Oh? Her usual speaking habits returned the second she donned her cat ears. What a nifty piece of equipment. Let me be alone with Papa for a while, Nya. Maybe I should say wait. Maybe I should say sorry. But I say nothing to Ferris's back as she heads to her father's study. By the time Ferris finishes her farewells with her father and comes out of the study, the phone wave named subject to change the settings are already completed. I contact Daru at the lab and make sure the Braun Tube Workshop's 42-inch CRT is turned on. Now all we have to do is send the D-mail, but I hesitate. Instead of meeting Ferris's eyes, I look down at my feet. Eternal separation from her father. I wonder what Ferris is thinking now. Don't be like that, Kyoma. You've done nothing wrong, Nya. But... Nyan, no more talking, Nyan. Okay. I can't stay sad when Ferris is trying to cheer me up. I steel myself for what I need to do. Yesterday, just before she left the room, Ferris told me the contents of the first email she sent. 100 mil for your kid. Take the train. That mail stopped her father from getting on the airplane. As a result, he didn't die. But that wasn't the only effect it had on the timeline. Her father needed to sell the IBM 5100 to prepare the 100 million yen ransom. As a result, Ferris never donated the IBM 5100 to the Yanabayashi shrine. With her father alive, Ferris didn't participate in Akihabara's city development conferences. Otaku-oriented businesses never took root in Akiba. Meikui Nyan never opened. Ferris wasn't as busy, which allowed her to join the Rainet tournament circuit. In other words, this world line's Ferris has a normal life. On the world line I came from, Ferris was not only a student, but also the heir to her father's company, an influential member of the Akihabara Development Board, and a part-time maid waitress. Which life is better for her? Which will give her greater happiness? That's not my decision. It's hers. And her decision is to return to the way things were. I'm just here to help her wake up from this dream. Ferris has already entered the cancellation email. JK on ransom. I love you, Papa. See you soon. These are Ferris's true last words to her father. When we change things back, will my memories of this world line disappear? Yeah. Of course not. You'll remember. You have memories from both worlds right now, don't you? Is that why you were so desperate to help, Ferris? Yeah. That's open to your interpretation. I feel my cheeks get warm, so I hang my head to hide my face. Ferris doesn't want to forget her time with Kyoman, yeah. Thank you. I take Ferris's phone. I'm sorry, Ferris. I lied to you. When we change things back to the way they were, your memories of this world line will almost certainly disappear. Do I keep reading them? Do I keep reading instead of immediately sending to PhoneWave? Perhaps another miracle will happen, and you'll regain your memories of this world line too, but I can't be sure. There are no guarantees. I'd say one more, and so I will engrave these messages onto my heart. Reading Steiner activate. And probably the end of that chapter. And just for the sake of intrigue, before I am done, I'm going to read my description, because I haven't had a description of these videos yet be as long as this one, so I think maybe it might be important. Quote unquote. So, like, in terms of philosophy, if ones are man-made and have sharp positioning and zeros are natural and have more concave station, would you say that a square building is closer to 1 because of its 90-degree angles? I would say that a perfect circle building isn't natural, celestial bodies excluded. The topological shape that a body of water takes on while settled at its natural found point of level is the most natural shape despite the potentially sharp shape of its perimeter. I might have a insert more relatable proper noun descriptive word complex. Also, if you can't read the thumbnail, it says totally not AI, no anime. So yeah. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for being here. I love you. Have a great